Subject Class Elucid. Special Containment Procedures SCP-599 is to be entirely enclosed within Site Blink, which has been modified to look like a mountain from the outside. Any unauthorized tampering with Site Blink will result in its complete destruction. Under no circumstances are any means of external communication allowed within Site Blink. Any personnel who enter SCP-599 are to be given a thorough psychiatric evaluation immediately upon returning. Description: SCP-599 is a small city located and data expunged with population of approximately 700. The inhabitants of SCP-599 refer to it as Blink. SCP-599 does not appear on any map of the region, nor do any of the roads leading to it. SCP-599 was classified as an SCP when it became known to the Foundation that every inhabitant of the city matched the description and name of a person reported missing from a nearby city in the last 10 years. When questioned, all subjects insisted that they've always lived in SCP-599 before, invariably adding that they were always looking for new neighbors. All Foundation personnel who enter SCP-599 are strongly encouraged by the inhabitants to purchase a house in SCP-599. Refusal is ultimately met with hostility, though so far no incidents of violence have been reported. Addendum: Personnel Log of Agent Blank, Codename Agent Alchemiler. Blank dash blank dash blank. Arrived in the mysterious city of Blank. This city does not appear on any map, and the roads leading to it are unmarked. The Foundation has decided to classify Blank as an SCP. I have sent to determine the threat level possessed by the newly designated SCP-599. I received fairly warm reception upon arrival. It seemed like they knew I was coming. I'm very tired from my trip. The locals agreed to put me up in a nearby motel. I was reluctant to actually sleep inside a designated SCP, but didn't seem to have much choice. I checked in using the fake name and dummy credit card account provided by the Foundation. According to the guest book, nobody else has checked in for quite a while. Blank dash blank dash blank Day 2. I heard noises in the motel all night. The guest book shows no entries but mine. Attempted to acquire information of the inhabitants of SCP-599. City Hall contains names and addresses of all inhabitants, but no records of birth or deaths. Was asked on 3 separate occasions if I planned to move into Blank. Each time I supplied the answer, I'm thinking about it, which isn't technically a lie. I'm thinking that the answer is no. Blank dash blank dash blank. Day 3. My door was unlocked this morning. It was locked from the inside, Someone went through my things, but nothing seems to be missing. There isn't anything in there that contains any information on me. Anyway, I found a street in the residential district today that I'm certain wasn't there yesterday. Several houses were pleasant, but none were inhabited. The people living nearby claimed that the occupants moved away, adding, "It's been so lonely ever since." Again, City Hall has no records of anyone ever moving away. Blank dash blank dash blank. A4 caught someone sulking around my car last night. Must make sure to set an alarm every time I leave it. I needed to find something in town today, so I went and tried to find a map. There doesn't seem to be a map of this darn place anywhere, not even at the library. Speaking of the library, it's probably the most empty library I've ever seen. There is nothing that could possibly give me any background information about this city, not even newspaper archives. I did, however, find Agent Blank at the library. Agent Blank was sent to this city shortly after his classification as an SCP and never reported back. He seemed to have no memory of me or of the Foundation. He was, however, very enthusiastic about convincing me to move in, as well as introducing me to his wife and children. The youngest appears to be at least 5 years old. Agent Blank has only been here for 6 months. In the middle of all of this, I completely forgot what it was I wanted to look for in the first place. Day 5. I remember what I wanted to find yesterday. I've noticed that several things are completely absent from this place. The city has no cemeteries, no funeral homes, no mortuaries, no headstone makers, and no hospitals. Blank dash blank dash blank. Day 6. What the hell is going on in here? I thus turned on the sink in my motel room to brush my teeth. No water came out. Instead, I was hit with a loud hissing sound and the smell of natural gas. The same thing happened when I turned on the shower and flushed the toilet. That settles it. I'm getting out of this place right now. Blank dash blank dash blank. I'm writing this entry from the safety of a reputable motel and data expunged. Allow me to recount the things that happened as I tried to leave SCP-599. First, the deadbolt on my motel room refused to disengage. I had to break a window to escape. As I was leaving, I was certain I heard the sink and shower come on. My car had somehow migrated to the other side of the parking lot. As soon as I got out of the parking lot, a violent thunderstorm started. It was the first time there had been so much as a breeze since I arrived. Two major streets were closed, one for construction and the other due to a downed power line. At least a dozen cars had all broken down right in the middle of an intersection. Finally, at the last intersection before I got out of town, the traffic light suddenly turned red without intervening yellow, and stayed that way for half an hour. I decided to ignore the light and floored it. The cable holding the light broke as I drove underneath it. and the traffic light, thus barely missed my car. If the Foundation expects me to keep working like this, they will have to start paying me a lot more than they do. Note, pay increase declined. Welcome to the Foundation. Get used to it. 056.